Hi and welcome to the next episode of the Comma FC panel van in Blender. In this episode we're going to start modelling, and firstly all of the images I've turned up the opacity because I just couldn't see the lines. So if you're following along, please do that. For those of you that have requested blueprints, I hope you got them okay. I'm hoping that there'll be a few more. Ask and send me an email to get these blueprints. Anyway, first things to do is to split this screen. I want to put some reference images in. So if we see the little gap here, just navigate to the gap, then just slide this over. Okay. In here, change it to image editor, then click on the little open box up here, navigate to where your reference images are. I'll put those up so I can see what I'm doing. We want a reasonable side image, a fairly high quality side image. What should we choose? I'm going to choose this old van here because it gives us a good indication. Okay, this van needs a bit of restoration, but it gives us a good indication of this detail at the side. I'm also going to grab another window, so I'm going to pick this up here and slide this one down. So we've got two boxes, and in this one I'm going to choose this image here so we can scroll up and see what detail we got. So what I should be doing today is to create a guide mesh up from here, this line here, up to around here, and potentially up to the top today, going all the way from the doors on here to this line here, which is the back. Okay, so go from this line, this panel line here, all the way around down the side of the doors and down to this line here, because this is pretty straight from here to here. And then, as you can see, it curves around. It curves around from there, underneath the vehicle. Because we're doing a guide mesh, it'll be flat across the side. So these indentations will be put in later once we've created our guide mesh. Okay. So from here, make sure that your mouse is in the middle. So press Shift and A, Shift and S, sorry, cursor to world origin, which is there. Okay. Don't know what that line is here. And so you got the gizmo. Click that, the down button, and click Move, which will, as soon as we put something in there, it'll yeah. Okay, so press Shift and A and add a mesh plane. So there we are. Let's put it the wrong orientation. So go into front view, press R and type 90 in and rotate it 90 degrees. So we've got this. Tab into edit mode, press X and collapse edges and faces. Now what that does is these four vertices here, it will collapse it to the middle point where the cursor is. Okay, so press X and collapse edges and faces. So they should be there. So if you press G and Z, it'll move it up there. Okay, now we want it to the far left, so I'm going to put it into position here, scroll up, move it up to here and across to here, and put it right in the middle of that line. Use a little arrow here as a reference, so that's where we want it. So from here, press E and Y and move it all the way across to the end here. And if we zoom up, we can see that's in line. So I'm going to grab that whole line and just move it for ease. I'm just going to move it down to be in the middle of that line as it's the guide mesh. Okay. Right, from here, press Ctrl and R and scroll up on your mouse until you've got 20 cuts. You'll see the cuts count at the bottom of the screen. So scroll up until you've got 20. Okay, and they're all in line, so that's good. So grab them all. Now, while we grab them all, we go into the top view. Now, it's gonna, or the side, let's go into the side view, front view, sorry. So press 1 on your keypad to go into the front view. Then bring this out to the very edge, which is here. Okay, so go back into side view, press 3, press E and Z and go all the way up to the bottom of that thick line, so there. So just take that down a little bit. Okay, so that's the start of our mesh. So press 1, go into side view and just make sure this is, so it's pretty flat, but it's not 100% flat, so drop that into there. Okay, so press 3 again and put 3 loop cuts in the middle here. So press Ctrl R, scroll up on your mouse till you've got 3 cuts and put them in place. Now if we go into front view again, they should be roughly in place anyway. As I say, it's fairly flat there. If we look at the side of the van here, it is fairly flat, but it does go in a wee bit. So what I'm going to do with these 3 is just press, to give it a slight curve, is press G and then your right arrow, just press it once. Okay, and then set it into place. Then just deselect the top row and the bottom row, and press G again, side arrow 1. So that puts a slight, so if we look into, if we go press Z to go into solid, it just gives it a, slight curve. If we go into our met caps, click on met cap here and choose the reflective red one. There we go. So it gives it a slight curve. Okay, so press 3. Now from there, we'll need to add in our modifiers, and the first one to put in is the mirror, so it mirrors onto the other side. So click on mirror. As you can see, it's dropped it down there. So press Control A and choose location. What are we doing here? Let's have a look at 1. So we want it on the x-axis enable clipping. Click on Z to get it to mirror over to the other side. Press Ctrl A, press location, rotation and scale, because it should be on the X-axis, so click X now, get rid of Z. Okay, so just to recap, if it's not showing in the right place on the X-axis, press Ctrl and A and click location, rotation and scale. Okay, those three. So back into side view, press tab. Now we need to grab this this line here, so press Alt and left mouse, then press E and Z or Z and just move it up to the edge of that there. Okay, now go into front view. Now we need to bring this out on the X-axis to there. This one, I'll press B, so make sure everything's, press A a couple of times, then left mouse click away from it, press B and range, select left mouse and select those, and let's just bring those out slightly. It's not selected them all, right, okay, so Control Z, make sure that we're press Z and go into wireframe mode. Okay, now B and range select again, scroll up, let's pull these out just slightly. Okay, excellent. So let's have a look what we've got so far. Brilliant. Okay, you can see the lines there. So what we'll do now is add a another modifier, which is the subdivision surface. So add subdivide in, and the little right arrow here, move that up to levels of view 2 and the render at 3. That's what I normally use. And whilst you're here, click on object and go to the option down here called shade smooth. Okay, so this is what we've got so far, the side of our van. Now press tab, get the very top edge loop, which is this one, so press Alt, left mouse click to select that. Okay, go back into side view and we'll extrude this up to this line here. Okay, so press E and Z and go up till we're on that line, right in the middle of that line. Okay, so that's good. Press 1 on the keypad. Let's move this in to be on the edge of there. So just bring that in there. Okay, rotate the view and add in, I'm going to add in three loop cuts here. Okay, go back into 1. Now I'm going to bring these out, grab so press G and X, or just grab this this red arrow and bring it out to here. So get that one into place, press B, make sure that you're in wireframe, press Z, B, range select and deselect that by using your middle mouse. Bring this out a little bit more, and then press B, then just take this one in a little bit, so we've got a bit of a curve there. Looks like we need another edge loop there just to define that curve. So press R and put another edge loop in here. Go into front view again, press 1 on the keypad, and let's just bring this out to here. So as you can see, we've got the curve kind of okay. We'll need to sharpen up the edges on the side there. Yeah, we'll need to sharpen that up, so press Ctrl and R and then press E and F until the little red dot is facing the way we're going, which is upwards. Go to up to there and hold it in. Let go. So if we tab, that's the start of the side of our van. Okay, so that's all good so far. Tab into edit mode. Now we need to define the shape of the door, so press Z and go into wireframe. So that one's okay. This one, press G twice, just pull it in towards the right till it's minute movement. Press the shift key and hold the shift key down while you move the vertice. We'll grab this one next and press G twice and bring that in to there. This one, G twice, hold shift for minute movement and bring it into there. And lastly this one, G twice and bring it into there. So this is what we've got so far. Press A to highlight everything, press 1 to go into your side view just to make sure that everything is looking okay, which it is. Press Z, solid, and that's the start of our mesh. This needs to be a little bit more pronounced, so what I'm going to do is put another loop cut in here, drop it in the center, press E. You can see the little red dots at the bottom. Wait till the little red dots at the bottom and edge slide all the way down to here. Press tab. There we are, that's the side of our van. And we'll obviously use this for shrink wrapping our main mesh too, so we don't lose curvature when we're cutting outdoors, etc. Okay, that's a quick part just to get into it. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.